Hey, it's James here from Matchfit. Now, in this mini lesson, what I'm going to talk about is agility and how you can improve your agility performance out on the football pitch. Okay, so first one I'm going to start with is that it's important to note that just because you're good at changing direction, so let's say, for example, you've got a set of poles set out in a training session and you're trying to move through them as quickly as you possibly can. If you're really good at that, that doesn't necessarily carry over to mean that you're going to have a good level of agility out on the football pitch. So obviously, to be agile, you've got to move well. So you must have a good level of change of direction ability. But the key difference is that with agility, you're responding to a stimulus. So there's got to be variables around you that you've got to react to as quickly as you possibly can. And pretty much everything you do out on the football pitch involves an element of agility. Whether you're dribbling with the ball at a defender and you've got to quickly change direction in reaction to how the defender's moving, whether you're trying to mark someone and they're trying to get away from you, so you're reacting to their movements, how is your ability to keep up with them. Maybe you're trying to buy yourself some time, find a pocket of space, get away from someone so you've got some more time on the ball. That comes down to how quickly you can respond to what's going on around you, which really is the key element of agility. The movement element is really important, but it's not all about that. You can be a great mover but still not have great levels of agility and not be as effective as you potentially could be out on the football pitch. So what is the best way to improve your agility? It's actually quite hard to train agility by yourself. It's a lot easier if you've got other players around you and also a coach as well. So the first thing I want to focus on in terms of your own training is improving your change of direction ability. So in terms of that, what it comes down to is improving your straight line speed. If we're looking at your actual muscles, improving your concentric muscle strength and power, your eccentric strength, your reactive strength as well. So that's the strength that you can apply when you're landing and pushing off in another direction. How quickly and powerfully can you do that? We've also got to think about injury resilience as well, because the tighter the angle is that you want to change direction, your risk of injury is going to be increased. And when you've got a tight angle and you need to slow down quickly and then explode off quickly, that's going to put big demands on your body in terms of eccentric strength, which is why it's really important to train your muscles eccentrically in the gym, because that's going to really help you decelerate effectively, but it's also going to help in terms of your injury resilience as well. So the tighter the angle it is that you've got to turn, I'm talking about anything 90 degrees and upwards from that, then it's really going to come down to your ability to decelerate well and have good levels of eccentric strength. And when you have a tighter angle, it's going to mean that you've got a greater ground contact time with your foot against the ground. Okay, so what that means is it's an opportunity to be able to apply more force into the ground. So with the ball of your foot, when you're changing direction, if you can really apply your foot, punch it into the ground powerfully, then you can apply a lot of force, keep a nice stiff heel and foot as you're doing it, and then hopefully you'll be able to move off in whichever direction you need to move off into at a quicker speed. Okay, also coming into your change of direction training is obviously your ability to know where different parts of your body are, so your coordination, your posture, which is going to help you stay balanced and also mean that you're not going to trip over your own feet. So can you move your feet quickly in a number of different movement patterns at speed whilst maintaining balance and control? So that's going to be really important as well. And also looking at your imbalances left to right. So do you find that you're quicker moving off to the left than you are to the right? Then you've got to address some muscle imbalances there side to side. All of these things are going to help improve your ability to change direction well in an environment which is predictable. So for example, as I mentioned, if you've got a set of poles out in front of you and you're trying to, slalom your way through them as quick as you possibly can, all of these things are going to help your performance and your speed in that sort of situation. How you then carry that over in terms of improving your agility performance, you need to couple that with reaction time training. And the best way to do that is actually getting more game time under your belt, because there's so many variables there. And that's why the best players at reading the game are the ones who usually have the most experience, so the most game time, because they've seen things before, they can predict what's about to happen, they can anticipate where the ball is about to go, which means that that's going to aid their agility performance because they're able to see the patterns and identify the patterns which are happening around them and react successfully a lot of the time in response to that. Couple that with a great ability to change direction well, so good levels of athleticism in terms of that, and then you're going to be a more agile player. But last thing to mention in terms of this, try and mimic movements in your training, so your change of direction training. Try and mimic movements that you commonly do out on the football pitch. So not even thinking about the position that you play really, because players play the same positions in different styles. So think about your style of play. What are the movements you commonly do out on the football pitch in terms of your change in direction, your landing, your twisting, your turning? Mimic those movements in your training, and then that's going to be more functional to your game. And then obviously couple that with your reaction training, with your team session. Even if you've got a coach, you can implement some reactive training with you as well. Even then, it's not going to be as effective as in a match because a coach might have, some different colour markers, and they might say, move to the blue mark or the red marker. Yeah, there's an element of reacting in that, but it's still predictable. There's not enough variables there. Whereas in a match, there's a whole load of things that can be going on. You could be marking someone whilst the ball is changing where it is on the pitch. And all these different things are happening. So the most efficient and effective way to improve your the reaction side of your agility performance is more game time. So I hope you got some value from this lesson and that helped you with your agility training out on the pitch. If you think that in your training just going through poles and markers is going to help you become more agile on the pitch, it's really only going to take you so far. You really need to focus on that reactive element as well. You really need to couple the change of direction ability too. So if you'd like any help with this, then I've added some links below. If you'd like our help and guidance implementing this into your training to help with your performance, then that's an option. So I've added some links below this. So click on those if you want to check those out. If you've got any questions or comments, then please add those below as well. And also finally, please share this with any of your teammates or coaches if you think they might get some value from this. That'd be awesome. So thanks very much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.